But that was a great kick by Norm Johnson. You know, he had to hit that ball just perfectly.
Boy, wow. Hit this one deep. Kevin Williams bobbles, picks it up at the 8. And he's in trouble now at the 12. The Steeler fans on their feet. Fred McAfee makes the tackle, and Dallas will start from the 12.
Well, we've had a chance to do 6 Steeler football games this year, and one thing we have learned, regardless of how the game goes, they will fight from start to finish, and that's what we have seen in the second half.
Norm Johnson has played a major part. A long field goal, 46 yards, and the onside kick execution. Dick, I told you at the beginning, these guys believe that they're in a straight fight, and they know what they have to do. And when you tell the Pittsburgh Steelers they can't do something, you told the wrong team. You see how the Pittsburgh Steelers defense has shut down the Dallas offense. Aikman to throw from deep in his own end into Kevin Williams. Ducks under a tackle, and he's all the way to the 34. What a big play for the Cowboys. 22 yards. You know, Kevin Green moved outside and was sitting on Williams. And watch what he does. He lets him inside. You've got to keep him from going inside.
It's the cardinal sin for a linebacker to go out on a receiver in the slot like that and let him go inside. Once he goes inside, the safety, Myron Bell, cannot get up there quick enough to help out.
What a good throw. Under 6 minutes to play. Dallas by 3. And Smith stopped at the 35-yard line. And Emmett, one of the men figured to be the big star in this Super Bowl 30, has been shackled in this game. Very little yardage.
Dick, they're stopping the running game now. They're not standing up there trying to play these guys, these big offensive linemen man-to-man. They're using the speed, moving around, and the Cowboys just can't get enough helmet and equipment on them.
Last 11 carries, 6 yards. As you see, Irvin McCormick being taken back for some medical attention. Backup defensive end for Dallas. 2nd and 9. Aikman blitz. Falls at the 25. The sack by Kirkland. LeBron Kirkland. Let me say quickly about LeBron Kirkland. When he walked into us the other day, and I said to LeBron, and we always talk about the unsung hero of this defense. They talk about Lloyd, they talk about Green, but you better start talking about 99, because look at that. Over the blocker and knocks Aikman back. But we asked him, we said, you know, LeBron, how do you feel about taking a back seat? He said, I don't care. I know my role, and that's his role. Right there. Get him. Boy, Aikman shouldered like he took a right cross, got on his heels, and he stumbles an 8-yard loss. 3rd and 17. Aikman down the middle, incomplete. Kevin Williams wants interference as he went down at the 45. No flag. Pittsburgh is held.
He was slipping.
He was slipping, and he got tripped up, I think, with Rod Woodson in his feet. So, is it Woodson? Is it Carnell Lake? Watch this. He goes to the inside. He's slipping. That's a good play. There's no pass interference there. Little hand check from Carnell Lake. If you're a Dallas fan, you'd think there was contact. So into punt is John Jett. 4.5 minutes to play. Andre Hastings at the 32-yard line. Beautiful spiral. Hastings backpedals to the 25. 30. And down at the 33. 48-yard punt. 8 on the return. Tackled by veteran Bill Bates. 4:15 to play. A 3-point game.
When I got rid of my gray hair, I wanted a natural look, so I didn't take any chances. I used a sure thing for a natural look called Just for Men.
Apply Just for Men and in 5 minutes rinse. Especially timed to blend away gray, bring back your natural look, and condition hair.
It's a sure thing.
Just for Men, a sure thing for a natural look.
Men, is gray hair in your moustache making you look too old? You need Just for Men gel. Brush in, rinse out. Gray's gone in just 5 minutes.
The new Mitsubishi Charisma needs no beautiful models. No exotic locations. And no expensive photography. And no groovy theme music. The new Mitsubishi Charisma. Some cars have it, some don't.
Switzer's Cowboys led early 13-0, 20-7 their lead after 3 periods. But Pittsburgh has scored 10 points in this final quarter, and the Steelers have the ball with 4 minutes 15 seconds remaining, and they'll start from their own 32-yard line. A quiet game for Troy Aikman and his star running back Emmitt Smith. Neil O'Donnell, Ernie Mills is out for the rest of the game after 8 catches with a knee injury, 4 wide. O'Donnell in trouble and just gets that away, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Andre Hastings. Boy, it looked as if Tony Tolbert was going to take the ball right out of O'Donnell's hand from behind.
Hastings looking up at the scoreboard because you can see the instant replay, and he knows catch the ball first, then run with the football.
He knew you're right, Paul. He knew he was wide open trying to catch it and run, and just a little too quick, took his eyes off the football.
Now the pressure on the Dallas defense. O'Donnell with a big second half. 4 linemen and 7 defensive backs. Blitz on. O'Donnell intercepted, and Larry Brown has a shot at a touchdown. Brown knocked out of bounds by John L. Williams. And Brown again, not even near the play. The ball thrown right to him.
But what happened is they blitzed again. The Dallas Cowboys. The Steelers pick it up, and Larry Brown just stands there. Watch this coming at you. You're going to see the blitz. The Cowboys pick it up. Neil O'Donnell throws it quick outside. The receiver does not adjust the route. Larry Brown with 2 interceptions. He just stood there, both of them thrown right at him.
Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. John L. Williams saved the touchdown. And now the Steelers.
Well, the Steelers are not out. They got to hold them to a field goal right here.
That's what Cowher said. He said to his team, field goal, field goal, field goal. His touchdown, it puts it out of perspective. But there's twice that now you don't know who didn't make the adjustment. Was it receiver or was it Neil O'Donnell on that play?
Emmitt Smith lines up deep. Smith inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Joel Steed, the nose tackle, 300-pounder from Colorado, makes the stop.
You know, you sit down here and you know that Emmitt's going to get the ball, and you're sitting back in there, you know, but this is the ideal situation for the Dallas Cowboys to throw the football. Pittsburgh Steelers take their second timeout of this half.
So they stop the clock at 3:47. That leaves them with only 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning.
Well, I don't know whose fault it was on that interception. The receiver was supposed to change his route, but the one thing I know is the Steelers pick it up. They pick up the blitz, and that tells me they had the right call on it, so the receiver shouldn't adjust. Watch here. You're going to see these 2 blitzers come outside. Watch the back, John L. Williams, come over here. The receiver never adjusts his route. Watch Larry Brown at the top of your screen. He just watches the quarterback the whole time.
And if Neil O'Donnell really did not have to throw the ball that quick, had he waited and thrown downfield, it would have been a touchdown.
So Larry Brown, if ever was that old adage, the right man in the right place, Brown almost camping out as if he said, you know, I think there'll be an interception thrown about here. And in Larry Brown's behalf, what a year for him. Earlier this season, the very lowest of points, his 10-year-old son, Christopher, born prematurely, passed away. He missed a game, came back. So a year with heavy hearts, and here on Super Bowl 30 Day, maybe the highest of emotions for him. 2 big interceptions for Brown. Second and goal. Touchdown. 2 Larry Brown interceptions have led to 2 Emmitt Smith touchdown blasts.
Emmitt Smith behind that offensive line, that is just awesome. You know, he gets down there to that goal line. I mean, he just makes a living getting into the end zone. I mean, just some outstanding blocking by the offense. You look at Kevin Green saying, you know, a couple of interceptions, and we'd be ahead in this ball game.
14 points of the 27 if this extra point is good, and it is. 27-17. Emmitt Smith held only 49 yards rushing today, but 2 touchdowns.
Well, this touchdown, Derek Kennard and Larry Allen, the center and the right guard, watch them here push the Steelers off the line of scrimmage, and then Darrell Johnson does a good job of kicking it out. Emmitt Smith gets to the half-yard line, pushes his way into the end zone.
Well, the story after the 2 interceptions, it took Dallas only 2 plays to score each time as Larry Brown positioned them deep in Pittsburgh territory with his picks. Well, there's a man who might well get considerable number of votes for the most valuable player in this game, even though there was nothing spectacular about his interceptions, but he played his position right.
Oh, yes, there was something spectacular, Dick. 14 points came off of those interceptions.
And when you think back to those interceptions, the Cowboys were gambling. They were blitzing, hoping the Steelers would run something short. That's the reason why he just stood there. They were like playing a zone, expecting a quick route. The Steelers didn't adjust, but Neil O'Donnell both times to the wrong spot.
Well, that's hard for him to say that. And to have a quarterback through the wrong spot. You had some hesitation in there.
Yeah.
Well, the Steelers have lost their deep return man on kickoff, so Fred McAfee fills the role played by Ernie Mills out with a knee injury. Mills kick high toward the far sidelines. McAfee. Flags out to the 24-yard line. Well, after the conclusion of this Super Bowl game, all the ceremonies, and the most valuable player award.
The Cowboys up by 10 points. That was your prediction, Drews, 27-17, but you can't have imagined the way it came about.
Different than this, but we'll take it any way we can get it, but still there's a lot of time left. Anything can happen. It's still a score quick here, then we'll see what happens after that.
All right, the Steelers have the ball. They need to score quickly and get it back. Let's rejoin the game.
Shotgun with Hastings in motion to help on a blitz if there is one. O'Donnell to Hastings. Breaks out of the tackle. Still on his feet. What an effort by Andre Hastings. Here's he has the first down at the 34. Clock running, 3:20 left.
They got to stay in the hurry-up offense now. It's not like Buffalo uses it. What they do is they just no huddle, but they don't go as fast as the Buffalo Bills have gone in the past.
Complete to Yancey. No, it's Corey Holiday. He's in because of the injury to Mills. Holiday, free agent pick a year ago out of the University of North Carolina.
Take your time. There's still plenty of time because it doesn't matter how quick you score. It's all going to hinge on getting another onside kick. So just be patient and make the plays as they're given to you.
2nd and 1 for O'Donnell. Lots of time. Leon Lett chases him out. Flags are down in the secondary. And finally O'Donnell throws it away. Stops the clock with 2:34 remaining.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, Robert Bailey, number 23, is running at the official.
Illegal chuck downfield beyond the 5 yards against.
They haven't said yet, but Bailey is the one that went running.
Illegal contact. Number 40 on the deep end. 5 yards. First down.
That's Bill Bates, but Bailey, he was downfield grabbing on John L, and he thought that maybe it was on him. Here's Bill Bates right in the middle. They come across, and yeah, that's holding. That's holding.
Watch out gun from the 49. 2:34 left in the game. Underneath to Hastings, his 10th catch of the game. Trying to get out of bounds, saves some time by ducking out at the 45-yard line of Dallas. You know, looking back on the 2 turnovers, both interceptions by O'Donnell, the irony is that Aikman and O'Donnell were one of the best in the league in not throwing interceptions, and O'Donnell is the best career passer in the history of the NFL in least interceptions thrown.
And both times Dickey got caught in that, what we call that no man's land as a quarterback. He didn't know whether to hold on it because he knew the blitz was picked up or not, and both times he made the wrong decision.
2:28 left. Second down and 4. Throw incomplete to Hastings, who's had a big day. In fact, he's just a catch away from tying the Super Bowl record for most catches, which is 11, I believe. Jerry Rice. And Dan Ross, the former Cincinnati Bengal tight end, had 11 catches.
Only would have been 11. The only problem with that whole play, it wasn't a first down anyway, even if he had caught it.
And he's in bounds.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing that happened to him, that he dropped the football. 3rd and 4. 10 catches, 98 yards for Hastings.
O'Donnell has thrown 43 times, 27 complete for 234 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Steps up, dumps it off to Williams. Now Williams tackled at the 40-yard line, first down. 2:17, 2:16. Steelers will try to get off a play before the 2-minute warning. See if O'Donnell just grounds it.
Well, I wonder if he sees the game clock. He might be just looking at the 24-second mark.
He gets a play off. And goes deep downfield for Stewart. Incomplete, and Dion was there. And the 2-minute warning at 1:58. Back after these messages from your local station.
For some, the price of progress is a cluttered, more crowded world. Orange have a clear view of the future. Our digital network has been designed to grow with the needs of our users. So, however busy we get, there will always be room for you. The future's bright. The future's orange. Call 0800 80 1080.
The intricate blends of Indian spices in Pathak's cuisine are a closely guarded secret, but true authenticity is no simple matter.
You are looking at one of the best corner takers in the world. And of course, Ryan Gigg. The Citroen ZX with programmed rear wheel steering.
Press conference. Never won Bachelor from those who
look at this.
It's apparently
hitting some money. Jerry never could get enough of it.
Just going to autograph. Is that
how come when I sign autographs it's like $1? That's a $100 bill he just signed over
you want us to explain that to you, why you only did that?
Meanwhile, 1:58 remaining. And Dallas calls time here. Well, the Deion Sanders, prime time. We've had a camera on him throughout. Not a lot of spectacular plays, but he is a prime time guy. And, you know, play a little football. Of course, last 2 years, Major League Baseball with the Atlanta Braves. Then you go to the 49ers, and then the Cincinnati Reds, Giants, and then to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, that's a quick change artist, you know?
Yeah, you know, I like what Dion said. When baseball season's going on, football go to training camp, the players do, and preseason starts, and he says, you know, my baseball average just continuously keeps a drop.
Yeah, his batting average. But, well, you know, when we talked to him, if there was a year that he's really thinking about, you know, not playing baseball, I think it's this year. He and Charles Haley are just playing around the field. But, you know, if they win the Super Bowl here, and he loves his football team, is what he said, I think there's a very good possibility that he'll give up baseball, because he only makes $1 million a year.
He says that everybody in the league has been to the Bahamas except me. I've never had a vacation. His wife's worried, though, I'd be around the house too much if I don't play baseball. Second and 10 for O'Donnell. Underneath, incomplete. Chanel Williams. Third and 10. Well, the Cowboys have 4 sacks, and O'Donnell, at least the feeling one gets watching this game is that he has been a hurried quarterback, and 2 of those hurries have led to huge interceptions.
You know, when you see a quarterback and they're blitzing and you throw the ball, we're not beating him down, but when you see him throw the ball as quick as he does, that shows lack of confidence in your offensive line as far as I'm concerned. This offensive line has done a pretty good job today. They've held up very well, especially against the blitz.
It's 10 to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Almost intercepted as that went through Andre Hastings' hands. Incomplete. That would have been a first down. Now it's 4th and 10, and O'Donnell took a hit as he threw.
Yeah, Neil O'Donnell does a good job of stepping up, and right here you're going to see the hit, and he gets his right leg caught up under him.
Chad Hennings with a blindside hit.
Well, you know, I'm sorry, Dick, but it looked like Chad Hennings fell on his leg, on his ankle, and that's what hurt him, because he was moving forward when he hit the ground, and Chad Hennings' leg fell on his.
Well, here it is, 4th and 10. O'Donnell needs to get 10, or this game is over. Dallas will take it at the 40. Sees his Cowboy defense hold on downs. There's a lot of pressure on the owner in this season.
Yeah, that's right.
He made a very unpopular choice a year ago, firing Jimmy Johnson.
You know, there was another case on that 4th down play. Phil, he had 2 guys wide open on the field to throw the ball to, and could not find either one of them.
Troy Aikman said it's not been a totally happy season. There's been a lot of internal strife. You asked him about it. He said it'd take 4 hours to explain. But you've read the things that a lot of nipping and nagging behind the scenes in Dallas.
You know, I asked him, I said, just tell me your relations with Barry Switzer. I mean, if you can, if you would like to. And he said, strictly professional.
They're setting up Barry.
Uh-oh, Barry, be alert.
You've got to get somebody to hold him so that he's distracted.
Oh, he's seen it coming on. Well, Barry Switzer, when you're around the Cowboys, a lot of the players are big fans of his. The one thing they enjoy and like, it's different from Jimmy Johnson. He gives them freedom, and we sense that in practice. You see how spirited they are. And Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders. You have to think sometimes that Barry Switzer is the perfect coach for those type of players.
You know, Deion Sanders and Switzer both have new 21-foot boats that go 85 miles an hour. What was it that Barry said? Deion's never been anything but a 14-foot flat boat with a bucket of crickets. What's he going to do?
He said, I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do. If I see him in this boat, I'm getting out of mine.
Well, that's a nice show, and it was true after the NFC Championship game. The affection of players who were not happy when Johnson left, hugging their coach Switzer to say, hey, it's okay now. This is a new era.
Well, I guess we're told that Larry Brown is the most valuable player, and he's the one that's holding Switzer up, getting ready for the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Larry said, let me get out of here, man.
Larry's got to do a better job of acting. You know, he's got to turn Barry away from those guys so they can get him.
So Larry Brown, a long shot to even make it in this league. Brown was a 12th round pick, a late 320th player selected in the draft of 1991 out of Texas Christian. Grew up in Los Angeles, admiring Marcus Allen and Lester Hayes. Another kneel down, and we're in the final minute. And before the Oakland game this year, Brown losing his 10-month-old son. Well, the Steelers, true to their promise, battled hard. It'll be a game replayed and replayed. 2 interceptions, obviously the huge difference.
Dick, they had, you look at this game, the Steelers had many chances to make big plays, to win the football game, but in 2 crucial moments, that's what it comes down to, making a play under pressure. Both times they failed to do that.
You know, I think the game really, not so much the interceptions, yeah, that cost you the ball game, but I'll tell you 2 situations that I think that turned this game around for Pittsburgh was when they got the ball in the second half of the game, and they, on the 40-yard line, on the kick out of bounds, they didn't capitalize there. Then they got the ball back again and did not capitalize again twice in a row. To me, that's where the interception came in. But I'm going to tell you something. They had, I agree with Phil totally, they had so many opportunities to win this football game and never took advantage of them.
But the Dallas Cowboys, again, are the Super Bowl champions, and let's not overlook the fact they perhaps did not play the game they thought they would, as you see in some of the frustration, Rod Woodson, but they were good enough to win. And now on 4th and 18, we'll punt it to Andre Hastings, who stands at the 25. Only 13 seconds remain. Jet, but can't get there in time, and Hastings will let it kick back, and touchdown by Dallas with 3 seconds remaining. Time for a final Pittsburgh play. So the NFC will reign supreme again. 12 straight victories for the National Conference. And the frustration is not just in Pittsburgh, but every team that plays in the American Football Conference. It's painful. I mean, they hurt most of all.
At least you got to say the gap is closing. I mean, we saw today that the Steelers and the AFC are capable of playing with the team from the NFC. And like we said, they had many chances to win the game, but they didn't come up in the situations when they were tough.
You know, and the one thing, the onside kick that we knew was going to be coming sometime during the ballgame, and we also thought it might have been on the opening kickoff of the game, but they didn't want to take a chance. So, you know, and they take that, and then they go down and score with it, which puts them in the ballgame, and then another crucial interception that knocks them back out of the ballgame again. You just can't keep overcoming those odds in a big game.
And the perhaps least likely of stars, Larry Brown, will be the most valuable player, only the second defensive back to win that honor in a Super Bowl. Miami's Jake Scott was the other. Last play. O'Donnell heaves it as far as he can. And the Cowboys come down with the interception. And it is Brock Marion. Final score. 27, Pittsburgh 17. By the way, Larry Brown will receive the Pete Rozelle Trophy after the late commissioner had watched the game in Southern California. Said his favorite Super Bowl was the 35-31 Pittsburgh win over Dallas, Super Bowl 13 in terms of the excitement. And this one, it appeared for a while, about 5 minutes left in the game, that we might be headed toward a possible overtime until Larry Brown made the second of his interceptions.
It's one of those things, we sat here for 2 weeks, and you kept listening to the things where the Pittsburgh Steelers really didn't have a chance to play in the game. And it just shows, you said something in the beginning about the 2 weeks, you know, that you have to prepare, and it benefits the better football team.
Absolutely.
And in this case, it really did. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, they were the better football team. But again, the Pittsburgh Steelers has had enough opportunities and just did not take advantage of them.
Vince Lombardi Trophy going to the winning Dallas Cowboys, who have now equaled the 5-1 by the San Francisco 49ers. And, of course, those two teams battling throughout the course of the year for that supreme position and regarded as the two best in the NFL. And there were times where would not have all.
And there's Dion, the man who was supposed to be the difference in Dallas this year, and Drew, I suppose, ironic that supposedly the weak link at corner, Larry Brown's the man who won them the Super Bowl.
That's right, a guy they probably wanted to go after in this football game turned out to be the hero, and 2 big interceptions. And you know, we talked about turnovers before the game, and the turnovers tilted to the Steelers side in favor of the Cowboys, and that's what the difference in the ball game was.
And Marv, you're a student of turnovers, and you were telling me an interesting statistic during the game.
Well, first of all, I've kept them for 20 years on turnovers. Games in which the team wins by 2 or more, they win 94% of the time. That's all games of the National Football League that we've kept. I may be right on this, and I may be wrong on this next one. I think 2 or more in the Super Bowl is always a winner.
And really, the Steelers had all the momentum in the second half, apart from those 2 turnovers.
Oh, I felt they had it after the onside kick and scoring off of that and stopping the Cowboys. It looked like they were going to take it away, but that last interception by Larry Brown was the momentous play of the game.
Now, Drew, it's only the mid-90s, but they've won 3 Super Bowls now in 4 years. The old Steelers of the 70s won 4 in 6. Are they a legitimate team of the 90s?
Oh, there's no question about it. 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and even last year going to the NFC Championship game before losing to the 49ers. This is the team of the 90s, and I think they'll have the nucleus back for next year, see what Jerry Jones can do to try to stretch that salary cap to keep everybody together.
And Jerry Jones is obviously a very happy man at the moment, and he and Barry Switzer are about to receive the Super Bowl trophy from Paul Tagliabue, the NFL Commissioner.
Jerry, Gene, Barry, congratulations to you on a tremendous victory for the Cowboys franchise. You played a very tough opponent today, and together you gave us a terrific Super Bowl game. This is the Cowboys' 3rd victory in 4 Super Bowls. You become only the 2nd NFL franchise to win the Super Bowl 5 times. We congratulate you and your extraordinary group of players. Congratulations.
Paul, I want to tell all you Steelers fans, Dan Rooney and his family, Coach Cowher, what a team you have and what a ball game that you gave the National Football League tonight. And I know that everyone in this country recognizes what the Steeler organization is about. But Paul, I've got to say something at this time. As really as accomplished as the talented players that we have on this team, it pales in comparison with how mentally tough and the character that they've had. This ball game represents the kind of season that we've had. It's wonderful just to hold this trophy for you great players, coaching staff, and Barry.
Jerry, let me ask you, this is your, as Commissioner said, 3rd championship in 4 years. Does this one feel any differently? Does it feel any nicer than the other 2?
I think it's the game basically says how I feel. The others we won with a bigger score. This was a struggle throughout the game. Our team played just outstanding as a team, and with the character that as I said, that they've had. This, under the circumstances, for me, and I'm a small perspective, is the sweetest.
All right, Jerry. Head coach Barry Switzer, congratulations to you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you very much.
It has not been the smoothest of seasons. You told us in our pregame show that what other people thought of you, whether you won or lost, is immaterial. Now that you have won this game, do you still feel that way?
Still feel that way. The only things that count is your family. My personal family and this family right here. That's the ones that stuck with me when times are tough. These are the people I want to be with, Dallas Cowboys. I want to say to Jerry Jones something that's very important. He said to me all year, "Are you having a good time now, Jerry?" Well, I want to tell you, we did it our way, baby. We did it. We did it. We did it.
Guys, I'm telling you. Yeah. Let's go back upstairs to Dick Enberg.
All right, well, you're not going back upstairs to Dick Enberg. You're coming back up here to us. And, well, he took it his own way, didn't he, Drew? Barry Switzer?
Yeah, he did. And, you know, he did have a rough season, a lot of pressure on him. The Dallas media was on him all year long, questioned a lot of things that he did. There was some question of whether the players supported him, whether he was effective as a coach, and whether he could do the job as far as winning a Super Bowl. So he answered all those questions, and my hat is off to him.
All right, well, let's see how the Dallas Cowboys did it for Barry Switzer. Let's recap the game now. We started in the first half, and things started well for the Cowboys when Larry opened up a huge hole for Emmitt Smith on the first drive.
Well, you see Emmitt running through that hole, and again, the Cowboy offensive line, one of the best in the business. And here to see a block by Larry Allen, just annihilating Greg Lloyd as Emmitt runs up in the hole and gets into the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary.
And then Marv Dion proving that he's more than a decoy on offense, catching a big 47-yard pass.
This was a huge play in the first half, the first drive. Pittsburgh wanted to go man-to-man on them for game plan reasons, and Dallas took advantage of it early. Later, Pittsburgh came out of their man-to-man.
And that Dion 47-yard catch set up this 3-yard touchdown catch by Jay Novacek, and that was 10-0. But then the Steelers came back, didn't they, with the big third-down conversion right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, the Steelers have been remarkable at the end of the half this year, and once again they were true to form, taking the ball in, I believe, with just about 10 seconds left to play in the half and putting them right back in the game, setting up that very exciting second half of play.
And here we see it, Drew. Thigpen beating your man Dion inside.
Yeah, Dion gave him a lot of cushion on the play. Thigpen just took the inside on the play. It was an excellent pass by Neil Donald. If Thigpen couldn't catch it, nobody was going to catch that. But fortunately for the Steelers, Thigpen came up with the big play.
All right, 13-7 it was at halftime, and then came the big two momentum changes. Here's Larry Brown's first interception, Drew.
Well, again, it's a misread by Neil O'Donnell. I think it's a hot situation where the Cowboys blitz, and Larry Brown, it surprises anybody that he comes up with the interception, but it was a big play. The Cowboys come back early in the fourth quarter after that and score on Emmitt Smith off tackle.
Emmitt Smith off tackle after Larry Brown's interception, but then after the Steelers are pulled within 20-10, a very brave call, Marv, the offside kick.
A very gutsy call here. The Dallas front line was dropping back early in anticipation of a deep kick. The ball was kicked beautifully by Norm Johnson, and Deion Figures, number 21, picked it up, and then the Steelers capitalized, and boy, was it a game from that point on.
Absolutely, and here's how they capitalized.
Here's third down and short. They run to the ground, and it's a cakewalk in there for Bam Morris, who was quite a factor during today's game.
But Drew, all the momentum going their way, and then this.
And again, another situation where the Cowboys blitz. The hot receiver either ran the wrong route or Neil O'Donnell read it wrong, and Larry Brown comes up with another easy interception, but he still has to make the play, and it was a big play for the Cowboys, which led to this touchdown that put the game out of reach and put a third Super Bowl in the hands of the Dallas Cowboys in the fourth year.
And Emmitt Smith, just for the record book, tying John Riggins' record of touchdowns in 7 consecutive playoff games. No doubt he'll be going for 8 next year. 27-17, Drew. You called it.
I called it. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I thought it would be a little different. Thought the Steelers would jump out to the lead and the Cowboys would come back. But the Steelers gave the Cowboys all they could handle today, and turnovers were the difference in this game. You take away those 2 interceptions, we don't know how this game would have turned out.
Marv, it's hard to say in an era of free agency just, you know, who can be dominant from year to year, but the Cowboys, I understand, are already 3-1 favorites in Las Vegas to win Super Bowl 31.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there's got a lot of playing that has to be done till then. They have some very good frontline players, unknowns behind them, and it depends how well they are able to keep them and keep them healthy, both factors.
All right, the Cowboys win and extend the NFC streak to 12 wins in the Super Bowl, but it was a close-run thing, the closest game since Marv's Bills took the Giants down to the final seconds. It's been a great season. We had a good Super Bowl for you. Good night, and thanks for watching.
Vertical 5. Are you ready for me yet? NBA on 4. Check it. Get on it! Representing Slam City. Hear the hype. Feel the attitude. Hot from the hood. We'll be jamming with the stars from February 11th. NBA on 4.
Well, quite a night on 4. A really great Super Bowl, well worth staying up for. But another day, another dollar, and that's all we have for you tonight here on Channel 4. Look forward to seeing you to do it all over again from 6:35 in the morning. Until then, this is Carol Bolt wishing you a very good night. Good night.